So from this slide onwards, we will be focusing on a particular contributor to the literary theory called structuralism. And the first and the foremost person that I would like to focus here is Ferdinand de Saussure and his contribution to structuralism. Yes, how is Ferdinand de Saussure famous, or how is he a reputed person in among the academic circles? Yes, he is a Swiss linguist. He is a semiotician. Semiotician is a person who studies about science, and he is a philosopher too. So his influential work is Course in General Linguistics, published in 1916. So through this work, Course in General Linguistics, he has contributed to the world of structuralism in infinite ways. And his contribution includes the different terms and concepts, beginning with the lang. So what is lang? Lang refers to the abstract layer of language. So whatever we see here, or whatever the concepts that we try to analyze as part of structuralism, are closely related to language. So lang refers to a particular language. Any language, for instance, you can take an example. So all languages come under the classification of lang. Then is the parole. Parole refers to the actual speech or the individual articulation of the language that we hear in the real life. How do we utter a language? Even though we have a language, we could find the distinctive communicative style of each language as you move from region to region. So parole refers to the actual utterance of the language. And next comes the synchronic approach and the diachronic approach. Synchronic approach refers to the use of language at a given point of time. So you are never taking into consideration the past use of language. For instance, the present day usage of the language comes under the synchronic approach, whereas diachronic approach is just exact the opposite of synchronic usage, where the growth of language is analyzed over the different periods in history. And next we have the sign, that is sign literally means a word, and sign according to Saussure is a combination of two aspects. One is signifier and the other is signified. Signifier refers to the symbol and signified refers to the referent or the mental concept. So a sign is a combination of signifier and signified. An illustration, a better illustration of the sign with the signifier and signified will be explained in the coming slides. So according to Saussure, the human society is built upon numerous signs. And what does this sign imply? Signs are nothing other than words. So these are the major contributions of Ferdinand de Saussure: lang, parole, synchronic approach, diachronic approach, sign, signifier, and signified. Yes. So in the slide, you can see the sign. What is a sign? It can be a word, and the word may denote an object or a thing. So an apple is taken for reference. So here apple becomes the sign because it is an object. Yes, or a thing. And it has got two aspects. One is signifier and the other is signified. Signifier refers to the physical existence or the sound or the word or the image of the apple. Then that is what are the different images that comes to your mind when I use the word apple? Yes, it is red in color with a leaf, which is definitely green. Then regarding the shape, that it is round in shape, and together you constitute the signifier as an apple. And signified refers to the mental concept, how you analyze the apple within your mind, that it is a fruit, it is very good for health, then it always symbolizes freshness. Yes, so these are the mental concepts that you attach with the apple. And next we can take the instance of tree as a sign or a word. So tree has also got two parts, signifier and signified. So tree signifies, what does the tree signifies? Yes, the tree signifies again the word or an image or a symbol, as it is a tall tree, like, or a plant, a tall plant. Then what is the signified of the tree? Yes, the mental image of the tree comes to your mind, with covered with leaves. It helps human beings in a multitude of ways, by releasing oxygen. Then it helps human beings in building the furniture. Then yes, the different uses of the tree, yes, all such things come under signified. The notions of structuralism. So structuralism can be better understood with these three important aspects. One notion of structuralism is that the meaning is arbitrary. Meaning is arbitrary. That means the words as well as their meanings have no one-to-one connection. So sometimes the words and their meanings are totally different. There is no logical way that why you attribute a meaning to a particular word. So in that sense, meaning becomes arbitrary. And the other notion of structuralism is that meaning is relational. That is, the word has a possible meaning when it is adjoined with or when it is connected with some other word. And next is that language constitutes a reality. So traditionally, there is a belief that language always reflects reality, but Suzu found that it is the language through words that creates reality. And the theoreticians and closely associated with structuralism. We can begin with Noam Chomsky. So he has provided the surface structure and deep structure. Surface structure refers to the words and the deep structure refers to the meanings behind the words. Then A.J. Greimas, another theoretician, he identifies binaries in all literary works. And some of the binaries include subject and object, sender and receiver, helper and opponent. Here subject, we know that subject is the prime person and object is a passive thing. It can be a person, or it can be a non-living thing. Anyway, subject always. So what is this binaries? Binaries imply that we have two things, and these two things are separated by a slash, and the word that comes at the front of this slash always takes a prime position, and the secondary position is always given to the second aspect. So subject is privileged rather than object. Similarly, sender is privileged than the receiver, and helper is always in an advantageous position rather than the opponent. So all the negative attributes you can see as the second concept of the idea. So A.J. Greimas, he has identified the presence of binaries in all literary works. And next we have Gerard Rene. He identifies three kinds of narrators. The first one is heterodiegetic narrator, that is, the narrator himself is absent from the narrative. Then we have this homodiegetic, that is, narrator is inside the narrative. And the last one is autodiegetic. Narrator appears as the main character and is also inside the narrative.